Hi, I thought I would do a video. I don't have I have plenty of things I can talk about, but I want to do a video because I just feel like it helps to achieve something I want to achieve, which is I wish for this reality to end. I feel like this helps to do it, but I can rephrase that in a way that maybe can make sense for the present reality more. I just feel like it makes the world more bendable to me, meaning I just feel like I'm putting myself out into the world, and the world is more of a place for me through it. Not that I see that now, I don't really see it happening now or anything like that, but I feel that's happening. So that's another way of putting it, but I guess that is the main way I would like to put it, is that I feel like it makes the world more more of a place of my making. I guess anything a person would do makes the world a place more of their making. Anything, things people do, they get food that they want at the store, that they choose. They can tell the store to have things that they want that aren't on the shelf. A person can write a editorial for the newspaper to have it so others can see their opinion and have possible awareness of an opinion that they didn't have awareness of before. Such as that they think about it, such as that they consider it, and are more understanding of the person. So people in their environment are more understanding of the person. This isn't so different from that, me doing a video where people out in my world could be more likely to be understanding of my views and my experience here. So anyway, me being vain as I am, I don't like the way I look today in the video, but I don't look so bad that I don't want to do the video, which would be, I don't know how bad I would have to look because I feel like I don't look very nice today, but I would have to look pretty bad, I guess, for me to not want to do the video. But moving on, something I can talk about. Well, I hear from my soulmate in my mind. It is one of my many soulmates, as I've told here before that I have many soulmates. He wanted me to talk about him as who he is here. He's not exactly who he is in my mind. When I talk to him in my mind, he's not who he is here yet. But eventually he would be that person that he is in my mind. Eventually meaning something would happen here where he would be able to be himself here. People here, they're not able to be themselves here. Except for me, I'm the only person that's really here as myself. Others are here as who is not having their soul in their body or their personality able to come through their body here as who they really are. The devil is trying to say that people are something they are not. He's trying to say that people can be the opposite of what a person would be to be. A person to be would, for example, be curious about others around them. They would possibly stare at others around them. There is something called people watching. I know that's something, but that's something that suggests people would be as they are here, but they're not. People watching probably isn't really okay, but people watching is something that people would do if they really were able to be themselves here. People would be curious about other people is what I'm saying. People would not wish to have to work in order to survive. They wouldn't wish to be in a position where they have to do anything. They would prefer where they can choose and be free to do what they would do of their own choice, of their own will, of their own wish. But that is how it is here. People have to work in order to live, and everyone just acts like it's normal, and people act like further than it's normal, but that it's ideal. It's not ideal. Some people argue that it's how things should be. The devil does that, where he makes people argue that, because obviously, or it looks obvious on the surface that some people don't wish to do it, or somebody may say something about it like they don't, even though I don't really hear a lot of people say stuff about it, so, but I see people that don't work and stuff like that, and it's to imply that people don't wish to work, but I don't hear people saying they don't wish to work, really. I don't hear people saying it's really, I hear people saying things like they wish to follow their dreams and they wish to do something that fits with their life purpose and stuff like that. I hear people saying stuff like that, which is really probably the same as saying they don't wish to work, but I don't hear people really saying they don't wish to work here. But let me see, what is it, 6 minutes I've been talking? But anyway, people are not as people would be here. People would, what else is something people would be like? People probably would not really clean a lot, or like to clean and stuff like that. I don't like to clean and stuff like that, and I am a bit of a slob. But people do it here. My mom is really, really on top of cleaning up and stuff like that. People do it here. It is the norm. But things to be ideal, people wouldn't have to do any of those things I just mentioned. Clean up, be forced to work. And then what was the other thing I mentioned? I talked about people being curious about others. People would be curious about others. They would be free to do that. People wouldn't ignore others. It is taking in information about your surroundings and things like that. Here, people kind of ignore others, and I feel like I'm kind of weird to stare at people and stuff like that, and I don't need to do it. Then yesterday, I was out someplace for a doctor's appointment, and I had to wait for my ride to pick me up, and I was sitting in a little lobby area, and the devil was making it so I didn't feel interested to look at people. He was doing it because he doesn't like that I was saying that people aren't like that here, and that I'm like that. He didn't like that. Let me see, why didn't the devil like that? He said he doesn't like that I act like I'm okay to be how a person would be. He has tried to make me feel bad about it before, that I stare at people. He makes people look at me and then look like they're uncomfortable and stuff like that. That I'm staring at them. I don't mean to do it. I just do it, and then I realize it when I see somebody acting like noticing me, noticing them, or something like that. And then I can tell that I'm doing it. I don't really notice that I'm doing it. I don't mean to do it. I almost feel like I've said this before. I've felt this before, really. I've not really probably said it, but I've felt it before. That I feel like I'm invisible, and that I'm just observing others in a way that they won't notice me noticing them. That's how I feel when I do it. I don't feel invisible otherwise that I'm aware of. In fact, I've addressed this recently, that I used to feel invisible, meaning I used to feel like I was where people didn't notice me, but where I was somebody that could just not exist and it would not really make a difference. That's how I used to feel. I don't really feel like that anymore, actually. And I think it's because I have written things where I tell about how I feel and stuff like that. And I think it has done something somehow. Written about things, not things like this, not. I'm talking about things like this, where I talk about how I feel and talk about what I see and how I am and stuff like that. feel like it does something. Anyway, I wanted to talk about why I always wear the other sweatshirt. It's just because I am cold, and so I wear the same sweatshirt all the time. Actually, I feel like the devil does it where it feels like other sweatshirts aren't as comfortable as the one that I put on. I feel like he does that to me. I feel like he does that to others too. Like homeless people, you see them wearing a coat. Sometimes you see people that are homeless wearing a heavy coat in the summer and stuff like that. I feel like he does that where they do that. I don't think it's just to hold on to it. I think it is something where the devil is doing it, where they are to be conspicuous and it's to make people feel uncomfortable and stuff like that. He said that is why he does it. Let's see, there are some other things I want to talk about. Let's see, 10 minutes so far. Hopefully the video doesn't cut off. But I went shopping at Food Lion on Friday, and like I said here before, I don't shop at Kroger anymore. I used to shop there on one day of the week, either Thursday, Friday. And so I don't shop there anymore. I shop at Food Lion now. And then on Friday when I was there, I saw somebody talking to themselves in the aisle. But it wasn't just somebody. It was an employee. He was wearing a uniform. And he was talking to himself. And I feel to talk about something else right now. Let me see if somebody wants to say something. My soulmate said something. He said, "Me, Marla, I want to say something." He said he wants to say that he's not going on anymore. He said he's not going to be here. He's not himself. Okay. Okay, this is what I want. I wish for my soulmate to be himself here. I wish people could be themselves too, but that's just coming up. Something is saying that. Do you wish people to be themselves? The devil was saying it. But I wish my soulmate, once my soulmate is himself, then this can be over. It can be over if others are themselves too, or any one person were themselves. They would say that this was not the truth here, and this was not real here, and stuff like that. But anyway, there's lots of things I can talk about. It's 12 minutes in. I can talk a little bit longer. Let me see what else I can talk about. I was talking a minute ago about the employee talking to himself in Food Lion. But I was told later that it meant that Food Lion doesn't think that people are crazy to hear voices or to talk to them back and things like that. That's what I heard in my mind it was about. Because I asked them in a message on Facebook, I asked them if they would consider me crazy, that I think it's not the truth here. I said it was ruled by a lie here. I said, I am considered mentally ill here for this and other things that I do or that I experience. Do you think that I'm mentally ill? I was asking because I know that some places here are my friend here and some places are not, and I wanted to know if Food Lion was my friend here. I did do that because I was trying to find a place to shop is one thing I'm doing, and another thing I'm doing is trying to end the world. If I can find someone to talk to me or to agree with me on things, it would end the world. It would end this reality here. But there is something called Hearing Voices Network, where they are saying that people are not mentally ill to hear voices or be distressed by them. Bothered by the voices is not considered mentally ill to Hearing Voices Network. So I wish to find out more about them. I can tell more about them then, but they do not consider people mentally ill to hear voices. I don't know how they started and stuff like that. I don't know when they started. I think they started in the United Kingdom, England, I think. But I'm not sure about that either, so I could find that out. So that's something to do, because a lot of times I don't feel like I have something to do. I don't work. I get disability pay. which is not a lot. I would get some more new clothes and stuff like that. I don't really get very much money. Um, but I live with a family member, and I'm able to get food and help with the expenses for me to live here. And I get some clothes, but not very many. I could use some more things where I'm not, because this is really something my mom gave me. So it was hers. The other sweatshirt I was wearing is that too. It's something my mom gave me. I didn't cut my hair. It looks really bad in the video, but it doesn't look that bad in person. It looks like it has a lot of nap. It looks very nappy and stuff like that in the video, but it doesn't look like that outside of the video. It just looks more curly, but it's not really curly. My hair is very nappy. My soulmate likes my hair. He said he did say that, yeah. Yeah, so there's lots of things I could talk about. I don't have a lot of things coming to mind right now. I wrote a lot of comments today in a group called Visionary Mental Health on Facebook. It's a private group. It used to be called The Shamanic View of Mental Illness. Someone said in a comment today in a post today that they liked the old name better. But it's just, people can talk about, I guess it's like an alternative view to mental illness where people ask questions about how to stop psychic attack and how to stop a demonic attachment or things like that. They think of it as something else that is happening. A lot of people ask questions like that. So, but that group, I don't know if it is officially what I said, which is alternative view of mental illness. It used to be more outwardly titled something that would seem to be, it was considered an alternative view to mental illness. Now it has another title, so. But anyway. Okay, my soulmate said I've talked enough now. There's something else I wanted to tell about. Okay, it's 17 minutes in. I'm going to try and tell about quickly. My older sister called me on Sunday, and she saw one of my videos here, my recent videos. The one where I'm talking about, I think it's titled Something My Soulmate Said, and some things about the nature of this reality is what it's titled, something like that. And she called me on Sunday, and she said, asked me if I was taking my medicine. She kept asking me again and again, and would I tell her, and she, did I take less of it, or something like that, because she said that it's supposed to help me to not be sick. And I said, I don't consider myself sick. And she said, so you are not taking it, right? And then I said, no, I am taking it, but I just take it so that I'm not noisy. That was why they had me put in the hospital. My mom and my older sister had me put in the hospital when my older sister was visiting a couple of years ago. They had me put in the hospital. I've been taking medicine since then. Actually, that is one change since I started doing videos again recently. From before then, I started taking medicine. I think one of the videos, or maybe a couple of the videos I did 2 years ago, I was taking medicine then. Because I think I saw one that was in August 2019. I think I was taking medicine then, but I didn't tell about it. But I've also lost weight since I did those videos. It's been somewhat recently that I lost weight. It's been about 3 months, or over a course of about 3 months that I've been losing weight now. All right, well, I just wanted to tell about some of those things. I told about my sister thinking that I was not taking my medicine because she saw one of my videos here. But my other sister, my twin sister, knows that I talk about some of the things I talk about here. She knows I talk about my soulmate. She knows that I talk about the devil attacking me and things like that. But maybe I'll tell about more about the devil attacking me another time because I used to tell about that more than I do now. But I do tell about some. But my last video, I was trying to tell about the devil asking about me and how I looked, and he was asking what I thought looked okay and stuff like that. And I was, not really wanting to answer, but he was asking inaudibly. That means he was asking in a way that I cannot hear him. And I was just thinking of the replies to him. But I'm going to cut off here before this cuts off because I don't have a lot of memory on the phone. And that's how the video is cut off, I think, is that I don't have enough memory. I think that is what it is. But really, it's the devil doing it. I don't wish to hide him, so... But the reason here is that I don't have enough memory on the phone. So I'm going to go ahead and end here.